Crib video 18. Graphing lines. Okay, really quick, this should be like the quickest, easiest video and the quickest, easiest video quiz you do all year long. So here's my coordinate plane, and a lot of you already understand that the coordinate system has quadrants, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll get into why it's like that later on, why it's kind of counterclockwise instead of clockwise, but that's not really super important right now. So what is important is that you remember how to graph a line. So I've got an example on the board right here. If you wanted to pause me to try to get this done, I realize that you may not have graph paper at home, but we can just kind of eyeball it to get the general idea of where this line goes. So y equals 1/2 x plus 2. This is, again, slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so let's just go ahead and graph it. Plus 2 means I'm going to find the y-axis, so I'm going to go up 2 units. Make a little dot, okay? Important that you make the point there, because that's the first point in graphing this line. Now I have the slope of 1/2, but remember slope is rise over run. So I'm going to go up 1 unit and right 2, okay? I can continue to do that in order to make a more complete line. So I can go from this point up 1/2 again, up 1/2 again, up 1/2 again, because slope is a constant rate of change. So it's always going to be the continual same point going up. Now if I go up 1/2, please know that you can go the opposite on both rise and run and still make a line going in the opposite direction. So instead of going rise 1, run 2, I can rise -1 and run -2, and it would still be the same idea. Okay, so then I have my line. That's not bad for not having a coordinate plane up here. And that's how you graph that line, okay? Let's do a couple more that are a little bit more tricky. Remember that the y-axis, right, is your vertical axis, and your x-axis is your horizontal. This is not going to erase as best as I wanted to, but we'll make it work. Let's go with y equals -2/5 x minus 1. Okay, so the same kind of idea. I'm going to find my y-intercept. I'm going to go down 1, make a point. Now this is a -2/5. The negative always belongs to the numerator, right? So we're going to go down 2, and then we're going to go right 5. So down 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be here. So this is going to be what that line looks like. And you better make sure that it's a negative slope, because it says it's a negative slope, okay? So just a couple of things to work on. 2 tricky ones, and then we'll call it, right? So these are 2 of the ones that get kids mixed up a lot. Well, what if I just have a line that says y equals -4? Well, that's actually telling you exactly where to draw your line, or draw your points at least. So -4 on the y-axis. Well, remember, here is my y-axis. I'm just going to find where -4 is. -1, -2, -3, -4. I'm going to make a point there. Okay, now all y lines are horizontal. So this is going to be what my line looks like. That's the line y equals -4. Okay, so it has a slope of 0. Because if there was an x here, which there isn't, but if there was one, there'd be a 0 next to it. Which is why there is none, because 0 is just going to cancel out the x. Okay, so you thought I was going to pause you there. I wasn't going to. Now the other one that's tricky are lines that have x equals. So let's go x equals 5. Same idea, right? I'm going to find the x-axis, which is my horizontal axis. I'm going to find where 5 is, and make a point. Right there, okay? So now I'm going to draw up and down. That is the line x equals 5. And we'll talk about why it's x lines are up and down and why y lines are horizontal at a later date. But right now, make it work like this. Is there anything else that I need to tell you? No, I'm done.